Hey everybody, it's Neil here from Post to Post. I want to talk team stores. I was very lucky to visit 3 NHL team stores this year, and I visited some in the past, down in Vegas and stuff. And I was just like, I never expected to see 3 team stores in 1 year, maybe one. Okay, like maybe one. The last time that I was in a team store was 2020 for Boston. But this year we got 3, and I want to talk about each individual one and which one's the best between the 3 teams. So we got Ottawa, Calgary, and Edmonton. I've got photos and videos of all the team stores in case you've never been there, in case you're curious of what it may look like. Maybe you've got a trip planned up for next season to watch a game and you want to see what the team store looks like. So we'll try and help you out here in this video. I'll go in chronological order of how I visited them and then give you my opinion of the best at the end. So let's start off with Ottawa. I've got videos and photos here. So I'm just going to bring up a photo on my screen, but when I edit this, I'll play some video for you. So first impressions was that from the outside, it looked small. When I was walking up to it, there was just like a little bit of a door. And then you kind of like walk into this little opening section. But it really kind of opens up once you get inside. It's quite like narrow and long. And there's surprisingly amount of gear and merch in there. So when you first walk in to the right, there's jerseys on the wall and a ton of jerseys. And then there's like some shirts and stuff and sweaters. And you're at the back, there's a clearance section. So I guess first impressions, small, but then it was way bigger than I thought it was going to be and just packed with a lot of stuff. So I was pleasantly surprised to see the inside of this store. And the hat selection that they had was actually fantastic. I think they probably had over 30 hats, which was amazing. So good impression of the store. My plan on this trip was to get something from every team store. That didn't end up happening. But this is one of the places where I did get something. I did purchase a military appreciation hat to go with my military appreciation Ottawa Senators jersey. So mission accomplished here. But yeah, I kind of like this team store. I would imagine that when it's really, really, really busy during a game or whenever, this store is probably pretty overwhelmed. I'm assuming they have other locations within the arena. I didn't actually get to go at any of the little kiosks inside the arena because they were setting up for a concert. This is just the main store, which has an exterior entrance and exit. So yeah, there you have it. Pretty decent team store for an arena that is nowhere near the city. Next, we can talk about Edmonton. So this is one of the stores I did not purchase anything in, and I was blown away, not just by the exterior, but the interior. And I mean, I was kind of expecting that. It is a brand new arena and facility there within the last 5 years. So I had full expectations that it was going to be the best of the best, and it really was. You walk in, and to the right there is like a giant Edmonton Oilers logo made out of like the butts ends of a stick, and they're all painted and stuff. It looks amazing. They've got so much merch in there, absolutely over 60 plus hats, jerseys galore, practice jerseys. In the back, there's like signed merch and game-worn stuff with a giant Oilers logo in the ceiling. So this store was amazing. This was during game day, and there were so many people in there, but there was still enough room to kind of walk around a little bit. So absolutely, this was the best team store that I've ever been in, and they did it right. There was nothing I did not like about this team store. It was easy to get in and out of. It had multiple entrances and exits. I think there was one on the side and then the front main one. So yeah, good stuff in Edmonton. No disappointments whatsoever. Now let's go to Calgary, which is the next one that I went to. Well, you just heard me say that Edmonton was the best one I've ever been in. So obviously Calgary wasn't as nice as Edmonton, but that's expected. The Saddle Dome is quite old. And not only was this not as nice as Edmonton, but this is the worst team store that I've actually ever been in. It's kind of a weird setup, and it's really the Saddle Dome's fault. It's not really the Calgary Flames' fault. They would have to set up an off-site, bigger location for just a store, which would be nice, actually. But from what they have, it's really small. Like this photo that you're looking at here is their main team store, if I'm not mistaken. This is the biggest section that they have. And it's more of a kiosk than a team store. There's really not that much here. There are some jerseys, there are some shirts, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. There's only 9 people in the store. I'm standing at the entrance and exit, which is quite open, by the way, which is good. But can you imagine there being like 30 or 40 people in here? Now, the good part is they have multiple versions of this. They're smaller versions, but they've got, I think, maybe 3 or 4, maybe even 5 other versions of this, smaller. So there's lots of places where you can go and get Calgary Flames merch at the Saddle Dome, which is great. They did a great job kind of spreading out the love a little bit, but they just don't have one big central location like the Ottawa Senators do, or specifically like the Edmonton Oilers do. So disappointed, but if I didn't have the experience prior to visiting here in Edmonton or even Ottawa, I probably would have looked at this and thought, it's just a team store. It's not really a big deal. It's only a problem when you compare it to the other teams. And that'll be fixed in the next coming years, hopefully, when Calgary gets a new arena. So it's not really that big of a deal. I mean, the point of this video was to compare them and pick my favorite, which was Edmonton. And that's why I decided to wear Edmonton today. But the Calgary one was fine. Like, the Calgary one was totally fine. If I had found something in that team store that I liked, I would have bought it. In fact, I would have rather have purchased something at the Saddledome for the Calgary Flames over the Edmonton Oilers. No offense to the Oilers, but I do like the Flames more. And if you're new to the channel, I switch up my jersey every single video. That's why there's all kinds of jerseys in the background. I pay respect to all the different fans of the different teams out there, and I try to be objective as possible. But objectively, Edmonton has the nicest team store by far. So great amount of love to the Edmonton Oilers and the Ottawa Senators and the Calgary Flames. Like, I had such a great time. I feel bad even saying anything negative about Ottawa or Calgary at the Saddledome and stuff. It's obviously an old building, but I really had such a wonderful time at every single one of the arenas. It was such a great trip. And hopefully some of the video and the photos that you've seen in here will help you, or at least inspire you to go to some of these team stores when you're in one of these cities this summer, or maybe next season to get something at one of these team stores. And maybe there's been some upgrades. If there are, feel free to send me some photos. I would love to see it. And I look forward to visiting team stores for other NHL teams in the future. So, like Nashville, I'd love to go to Nashville to the Bridgestone Arena and see that, or if it's even called that anymore. They switch the names of arenas so much these days. But I would love to see that arena and that team store in person. That would be awesome. And there's just so many other team stores that I would love to see. The Vegas one was great, and then the other one that's in their practice facility is even better, actually. So yeah, I can't go see an NHL game without going to the team store as well. That's just, I love merch too much, right? So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Let me know down below in the comment section, what's the best NHL team store you've ever been to? Maybe give me some suggestions as well. Like, if you need to go see a game here, the team store is huge. They've got good deals. Let me know. Okay, I need the info. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button. If you did enjoy this video and it helped you out, hit the like button. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.